What is up, YouTube? We are back and we are going to go over how you can apply to the University of Maine at Presque Isle. You can use the Common App or the UMaine System Application. We recommend doing the system application just because it's shorter, but if you plan to apply to schools outside the UMaine system, then you'll want to go with the Common App. So let's go to the computer. What's going on, guys? So we are going to go through the UMaine System Application. We've got a link in the description below that'll take you right to the page I'm on. So on this main page, you can see it tells you the difference between the applications. You're just gonna go to the bottom, hit continue. We're gonna do this application as if you're a first time, straight out of high school, no gaps, nothing in between. So it's gonna be traditional, first year, create an account. When you're creating an account, you're going to want to use a personal email so that if your high school email gets shut down, we're still able to contact you. This could create an issue later on when financial aid or advising tries to contact you. So once you create your account, you'll be brought to this page. Next, you're going to pick which campuses you want to apply for. We're just going to do Presque Isle. So now that we're logged in, we're going to start going through the application. I will note first and last name, make sure you use your legal name, and then preferred name, you can use a name you go by or a nickname. So for this part, home is a required phone number. Go ahead and put your mobile number if you don't have a home phone number. Again, for email, you'll want to do your personal email. Under gender, you can select your preferred pronoun. There's also a box for if you would like to add more information. For your social security number, it's not a required field, but if you plan on applying for financial aid, that number is how our financial aid department connects your application to your FAFSA. So you won't get an award letter unless we have your social security number on file. When we get to the parent information, you're required to put in at least one name for your parent or guardian and whether or not they attended a college. You do have the option to add another parent or guardian, but it's completely up to you. For academics, this will be your current high school. So there's a search for high school. The easiest way to do it is to start by searching the city and state, and that will populate all of the options you have, and you can select from there. And then by clicking on that, it populates city and state. You have to add the country. A start date will be August or September of your freshman year. And then the end date will be May or June of your senior year. And your graduation date is the same as your end date. And for college information, if you've done any dual enrollment or concurrent enrollment, this is where you would want to put in that college. So in the college search, we're going to do the same thing as we did for the high school. Again, this is for dual enrollment or concurrent enrollment, anywhere you would have credits. So this is not the college that you're applying to. It could be the same, but it won't necessarily be the same. And the reason that you'll want to fill this out is so that we know to look for those transcripts and so that you get the credits that you've been paying for. The rest of the information is optional. Fill out as much as you can. So if you know how many credits you've attempted. Next we have testing information, some COVID information, and then we come to activities. So I encourage you to fill out as many activities as you can, just because it gives us more information about you as a student and as an individual rather than just an application. And then the last piece is for each campus. So each campus would have their own section. Your preferred start term will be fall of the same year you graduate. So if you graduate in 2022, you're going to start college in fall of 2022. Most programs will be full-time, and again, you'll be a first-year student. For the major, don't stress too much about this. You're allowed to change your major. Just because you put one thing on your application doesn't mean it's set in stone for the rest of your college career. If you plan on or are thinking about nursing or medical laboratory technology, then I strongly encourage you to start with that major. It streamlines the process if you start by applying for those programs rather than switch later on. And for the housing question here at the end, just because you select yes does not mean that you've applied for housing. There will be a separate link and a separate application to actually apply for housing, which we will get to you at some point along the process. So at the bottom, there are two different buttons. There's Save and Close and also Submit Application. Don't forget to submit your application, and once that's done, don't forget to tell your guidance counselor which schools you've applied for so that they can send your transcripts. We're going to go back into the studio now for some more information. Welcome back. So now that you've submitted your application, what else do you need? We only require a transcript unless you're applying to our MLT program, then that requires an essay. We do encourage that everyone submit an essay just because it lets us get to know you more as a person rather than just an application. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call or email one of us. Our contact information is on the screen and in the description below with a link to the UMaine System Application. As always, we hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stick around for the next video where we tell you what happens after we receive your application.